Picture this. You're offered a job with a competitive pay, but once you get there, the job wasn't what was described, there's other conditions you didn't sign up for, and if you leave, your employer threatens to let everybody in the industry know about your poor work performance. Why does this movie feel like it was sponsored by LinkedIn? Welcome back, horror fans. I'm Leo, and Bootube Breakdowns is here to save your scary movie night. Right off the bat, Caveat scores a 4.4 out of 10, landing it solidly in our zombie stumble category. But here's the thing. I've already had to crawl through the walls of a house while avoiding a crossbow-wielding schizophrenic in order to get you the score. And in a few minutes, I'll show you exactly why this film earned its rating. If you disagree with my score at the end of the video, be sure to let me know how much you want to saw your way through some drywall while a possessed corpse stares at you, and then tell me all about it in the comment section. Caveat is the cinematic equivalent of being locked in a damp basement with the lights flickering. Slow, claustrophobic, and just unsettling enough to make you want out. Isaac, a drifter with questionable decision-making skills, takes what sounds like the easiest gig in the world: babysit a mentally unstable woman in her rotting family home. Between the peeling wallpaper, the rumors of murder, and a creepy toy rabbit that beats its drums whenever danger is around, Isaac starts realizing this job feels a lot like a trap. Olga, the woman he's supposed to watch, is just sane enough to be dangerous, leaving you constantly questioning whether she's the victim or the executioner. The isolation and the rules of the house grind on him, slowly peeling away his sanity like old paint. By the time the truth shuffles into the room, you're already chained up with him, psychologically speaking. I'll give the story this: it's got a solid hook. A killer with amnesia isn't new, but here it's treated like a delayed fuse, only going off when the reveal hits, and it actually works as a twist. Add in the girl he's caring for, who bounces between sane, unstable, and full-blown predator, and you've got enough shifting dynamics to keep you leaning forward. The problem is the delivery. Messy, disjointed, and occasionally so vague it trips over itself. I can see someone calling the ambiguity a deliberately artistic choice to create disorientation, but let's not kid ourselves. It's less artsy and more fartsy. Still, the concept holds enough weight to pull it through. Story quality gets a 7 out of 10 for me. This is one of those movies that should have been a YouTube horror short, and not in the cool, wow, they packed a lot in 5 minutes way. More of the, why did they just waste 90 minutes way. At just under an hour and a half, it still manages to drag like it's being hauled through wet cement. The buildup is bloated with filler, the payoff is barely worth a shrug, and the whole thing feels allergic to momentum. Cut an hour, toss the backstory into a quick 2-minute exposition dump, skip straight to a tense cat and mouse stretch, bonus points for tossing in a zombie demon, and you'd have a much better 30-minute short. Instead, we get early 2000s TV-style scene transitions every 10 minutes, the kind meant to break for commercials, except this is a Shudder original and Shudder doesn't have commercials, so it's just a weird aesthetic choice that kills pacing even more. The end result is a feature-length film that feels like a short that got held hostage by its own runtime. Pacing lands a 2 out of 10. Beneath all the clutter, there's actually a pretty solid horror concept trying to claw its way out. Forget the mom's corpse for a second, every YouTuber already milked that one dry. And let's talk paranoia, memory loss, and schizophrenia. The slow reveal that our protagonist is, in fact, a killer, whether accidentally or not, while simultaneously becoming the haunted, is unsettling on its own. Add in a mentally ill girl whose episodes turn her into a predator, and suddenly we're in a cat and mouse survival territory. Then the film throws the mom's corpse back into the mix. Oh, and she's now a demon zombie thing. Because why not juggle 3 subgenres at once? Unfortunately, the best ideas are shoved into the background, while the most forgettable plot lines hog the spotlight. And the sound design, next level cheap scare nonsense. Not only does it blast you when the monsters appear, it does the same for walls. Plain, gray, absolutely nothing going on walls. Docking 2 points for that alone brings this one to a 4 out of 10. The scenes with the mom's corpse are hands down the MVP. Every time they show up, the movie briefly remembers how to be scary. The memory loss twist works too, and for a while I was genuinely wondering if the lead was just as mentally unstable as the girl he's stuck with. The creepy rabbit and the shifting paintings? Fun little flourishes, but more quirky distractions than burned into your brain horror. Most of the enjoyment here comes from 2 or 3 standout sequences, while the rest cruising along in solidly middle-of-the-road territory. It's not bad, but it's not exactly reinventing the genre either. Every good moment feels like something I've seen elsewhere, and sometimes it's done better. Fun factor lands at a 6 out of 10. If Caveat were a 20-minute short, this ending would have worked, maybe even impressed. But after nearly 90 minutes of build-up, tension, and breadcrumb mysteries, the payoff is a limp shrug. Isaac escapes the basement, confronts Olga, and that's it. There's no real resolution to the murder mystery, no real explanation to the rabbit, and the nightmare fuel mother's corpse is just kind of left peeking. The final shot, Olga standing on the doorway, is eerie, sure, but it's artsy in the look how ambiguous I am kind of way. Nothing is actually resolved, it just stops. After all the build-up, the refusal to commit feels less like mystery and more like the writers packed up early. Final score gets a 3 out of 10. So that's Bootube Breakdowns' take on Caveat. Averaging our scores gives this movie a 4.4 out of 10, which places it in our zombie stumble category. Do you agree with my rating? Scream your score in the comments and tell me what horror flick I should gut next. If this saved your spooky vibes, smash that like, share with your horror crew, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to Bootube Breakdowns for more killer verdicts. Keep it creepy, and I'll haunt you in the next review.